Captain Paul for the Locker Room here. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. And let's get into it. The Vancouver Canucks beat the Dallas Stars 5-2. They are on a 5-game winning streak, and this is great for Canucks fans, something to play for. One of the shining stars of this season has been Kuzmenko coming in here and doing a fantastic job. But this is an honest question I have. Are they winning too much? And I'll say this. Yes, professional hockey players have pride. They're not going to purposely go out there and tank. But let's be very, very clear here. Vancouver could possibly get a generational talent in Bedard. So is Vancouver playing themselves out of the sweepstakes for Bedard? Due to this 5-game winning streak, they are currently 25th in the NHL with 66 games played, 29 wins, 32 losses, 5 overtime losses for 63 points. So there are certain teams they won't be able to quote-unquote catch, but if they keep winning, they play themselves out of a greater chance of maybe getting Bedard. Now, I know being the worst team in the NHL doesn't necessarily qualify you for getting the #1 overall pick due to being a draft lottery. I get depending on where they finish, they'll still have a shot of getting the #1 overall pick, but to me, this isn't really a great thing for the Canucks, and I'll just go in my line of thinking, well, this draft is pretty decent. They're gonna have some good depth pieces. It feels like the Canucks, if they keep winning, keep improving, play themselves out of the worst 10 teams in the NHL, which is possible right now, I feel like they're going to be stuck in this place of mediocrity, being a team that's pretty good, but not good enough to be a playoff team, or if they make a playoffs, will be a first-round exit. Now, I'll say this again. I like a lot of players on this roster. I like Pedersen, Quinn Hughes, Kuzmenko. Besser has started to kind of find his game in some aspects. JT Miller has played better at the second half of this season. I think there's some really good pieces here. To be very honest with you, there's just not much depth. I think they have a solid top 2 lines, but really outside of that, there's nobody here that wows me. And then defensively, they've had some defensive issues. Tyler Myers is vastly overpaid for what he gives you, and the rest of them are minimum contracts. While I'm not saying they're bad players, there's nothing crazy there. The only thing on the back end of substance is Quinn Hughes. I mean, the one silver lining of this season, at least this part of the season, is Demko has come back and played well. Because there was some worry with Canucks fans that Demko might be washed. I just think a lot of it was due to the team around him. He, to me, is a top 10 goalie in the NHL and could be a top 5 in the right situation. But getting to the point in this video, God, I hate to say this, but I feel like the Canucks continually winning is foolish at this point. They have no shot at making the playoffs. I'm not sure what else they could do. Maybe bench some guys or call some guys up from Abbotsford to be competitive but not win these games. I don't know. I really even hate having that philosophy, but when there's a generational talent like Bedard, I mean, maybe you turn a blind eye to it. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are down below. Do you believe the Canucks should be better at tanking, or should they just let the chips fall where they may? I'm Captain Paul. I'll see you in the next video.
And it is 5 straight wins for the Vancouver Canucks. A 3-point effort from Brock Besser.